bodies. United States. One nation, under
Okay, I'm just going to go right into our meeting since we didn't do that 15 minutes ago. But nobody was here 15 minutes ago. So thank you all for showing up. And I hope you're enjoying lunch today. It's our first buffet since we've been back. And Amber, who provided the buffet? Devin Smith, who works with the culinary program at the high school. So let's see. I'd like to welcome Brian Barber, who's our assistant governor, Area 1, and he tells me that the district governor says he's just like a governor, but he says no.
Exactly.
So welcome. I just looked up the birthdays and anniversaries in the Skyliner, and Jeremy confirmed with me that there were none. Also, I looked up and it just said the program today was to be determined. So I think we're making it all of this to go along, not completely, but a little bit. Awards and recognitions. Can I ask Derek to come up for the purpose of presenting some annual grant awards?
So, folks, we still are spending money, which is a good thing. Again, we made a lot of money. And we have more money to spend. We got to have a meeting next week to figure out what to do with all the money that we made this year, which is a great problem to have. We certainly budgeted what we needed to for our annual grants. And we do have another grant to present today to the Northern Shenandoah Valley 4-H Center. So please come up, Jeremy Stanford, one of our members, to receive a check for $3,200.
I'd like to ask Brian Barber if he come up for the purpose of a recognition.
Do I need a stool to stand on or anything?
I can adjust.
You can adjust that up and down.
I'm glad I worked with you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be with all of you today. I'm honored to present the following certificate on behalf of past District Governor Nancy Whitlock. And I would like to ask for past President Brett Herbert, please come up here. On behalf of the Rotary Foundation, sir, I'm very pleased to present you with this certificate for the 2019-2020 year, stating as quote, Rotary Club of Front Royal is presented a certificate of appreciation for its financial support of End Polio Now Countdown to History campaign. Together, we will fulfill our promise to the children of the world and eradicate polio. Also, on behalf of your efforts of leading your club during this year and your contributions to the foundation, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having us.
Lori has an announcement.
So today, just after the very Monster Mash. Here, party, and we're all to attend, so please stay safe.
All right, thank you. Is Mike there? He had to run. Does someone want to do happy dollars? Holly does. Oh, Derek does. Who's happy today? Rick Novak is happy today.
So thrilled that we, after a 5-year process, we got a new sign marquee one from the theater. Take a look at it. Thanks.
Rick, I saw it online, it being lit up. My wife and I both said it was beautiful, and we hope to come back to Front Row and watch you there very soon.
Anyone else happy today? All right, well, we'll take all that happiness. I'm going to call Mike later when he comes back from the attendance report. And I am going to go on into our program. And so, our new president has been missing. Or has she been in exile? Did she run away? So I decided before we introduced her to connect with her club again, that I would find out a couple of definitions: missing, not found, lost, absent, leader in exile, evacuee, vanished. I hope not. Runaway, fugitive, loose, deserter, truant. Katie Tewell, where are you?
I hear you. Thank you, Kim, for covering for me today. And I appreciate you guys coming today to hear my spiel. Can I share screen now, Brett? Yeah. So where in the world am I? It's a good question. I am in Montana. I'm visiting Bozeman, Montana, which is, I have family out here. My aunt and uncle live here and have a vet practice. If you've never been to this part of the world, hopefully I will get a kickback from the Chamber of Commerce for this program. This area is amazing. It's beautiful. And in a time that we live in right now, it's the perfect getaway because literally you're in the middle of nowhere. So we're very close to Yellowstone. We have about probably an hour and a half drive to get to the one entrance. So just showing you some pictures. This is a clear day at one of the mini ponds and stuff in the area. And as you can see, there really is snow still on the top of the mountains. Of course, there's some amazing wildlife. We have not seen a moose this year. We have seen the top picture of the fox was taken by my uncle, and the mountain lion picture was taken by my uncle. And this was in his backyard pretty much. There's tons of elk, and there's grizzly and black bear. We did end up seeing a black bear in the Yellowstone when we drove through the other day. We have not seen a grizzly, but we are hoping to, maybe from a distance. But I was told the story the other day. Unfortunately, a woman not too far from where we're staying actually was pulled out of her tent and killed by a grizzly. They were keeping their food in their tent, and I guess, of course, that's a big no-no. But the other story was that a couple were hiking, and they had their child in a backpack on their back, and a grizzly came out of the woods and chased them into a pond or lake. And they ended up having to get to pretty much the middle of the lake before he would leave them alone. So they are very aggressive and scary, but still would be super cool to see. Little whitewater rafting fun. This was us on the Gallatin River, which is a tributary of the Missouri. It was my first whitewater rafting experience. It was a lot of fun. I can tell you that those rubber suits that they put you in are some of the smelliest, nastiest things I've ever smelled, but it is part of the game, and the water here is not that warm, so it was appreciative. For some more action shots, and this is the river that we were down, and some awesome views from the cameras that they have set up along the way. So a couple probably about an hour and a half again from where we are is Bear Creek Downs. It's a steakhouse, which literally was one of the best steaks I've ever had in my life. And they have pig races. So I'm still trying to convince Dad to let me do this. But while you wait for your food to get ready or whatever like that, they have pig races out back. But what I thought was cool was that all the money that because you can gamble on it, all the monies that are raised go to local scholarships in their community. So again, next time you see Dad, you tell him that I think I should be able to do that. The wolf population, interesting enough, was brought back into the area because they were trying to, it was an endangered species. What wolf that they brought back in was actually from Alaska, not from this area. This is a local hunter who killed this wolf, which they estimate to be around 200 pounds. That was killing part of his cattle herd. And so it's a huge battle among farmers And then the nature conservatives who want to keep the wolf, but the farmers, of course, do not, because they are literally killing everything. And the wolves are becoming more and more brave, almost like at home with the black bear. They're coming down into the communities. So it's kind of scary. This, of course, is the famous Yellowstone National Park. I'm sure many of you have been there, but again, I've been a couple of times, and it's always just one of those places that you just take for granted that we have, almost like our backyard, a little bit bigger, but still so beautiful. On the bottom right is the Yellowstone Grand Canyon. This was a little guy we passed coming in. We actually saw one get very upset at a pickup truck, and he literally just swung his head, hit the truck, and a huge dent into the pickup truck. On the left is one of the hot springs called Alta Hot Springs. And not long after we visited last time when we were here, somebody had fell off the wood walkway and their body was dissolved, which is terrible. Top right is Mammoth Hot Springs. Again, that's the stuff that you really almost feel like is make-believe looking, and then you get to it and it's just fascinating. There's some more of that mammoth from above. You can see where it's destroyed trees, a lot of open pits, releasing stuff. The smell is not great. We have, of course, have my nieces with us, and they were holding their nose the whole time and being a little over dramatic, but again, just fascinating. This is us. The top left is above the Yellowstone view from above, from the earlier picture. On the right is just a lookout. You will see how clear it is. And actually right now, you probably couldn't almost see that at all. There's fires all around us. And the visibility is hardly anything right now. When we first got here, it was clear, and now you can't see anything. The humidity level is, I think, at 8%, they said, which is crazy. At home for us in the winter, when we all get dry skin, it's like 40%. So 8% is killing us right now. Our eyes, our throats, everything is crazy. But again, it's hundreds of thousands of acres right now being burned by these wildfires. Here's Old Faithful, and this is about 30 people out of the hundreds that were there taking pictures. And as I remember as a child, it went off way higher than it does now. Recently, a man was arrested for streaking it. I thought it was maybe Brian Barber, but they said it wasn't him. This is the elk herd when we first pulled into the park the other morning. Literally came around we went through the entrance, came around the corner, and here's all these elks just hanging out in the middle of the grass, enjoying their lunch. So in the top middle is a buffalo that you'll see. And I didn't want to try and load the video, but he was sitting over there. He was huge. So we crossed the street and started watching him. And all of a sudden he jumped into the river and proceeded to swim at us. I do have video of that, but we didn't get the video of all the way across because we were running back to our cars. Bottom left is a huge herd that we saw. The gentleman that was from the park was there, said that this time of the year they stay down into this, it's called Hayden Valley. It's cooler, there's water. And so they just hang out there. And again, tons of vehicles pulled over, craziness. Top right is a mud volcano that spews mud, looks like dirty paint water. And in the bottom right, which I don't know if you can see, but there was a buffalo that had walked down and was just laying there. Now, you're not supposed to get near the buffalo, of course, but there were people taking selfies with it. And as my nieces say, they don't say selfies, they say they were taking onesies. We didn't let them take onesies with it, but this is actually pictures of Ted Turner's ranch. He is a huge ranch here with thousands of buffalo. It was amazing. And you can see on this day, it was so clear. This is before the fires moved in. The bottom middle, of course, I had to get a picture of a buffalo butt, because you know me and my butts. But again, just beautiful, God's country, as they say, big sky. My family loves water. On the bottom left is the Madison River, where we went tubing down the river, and their rivers flow a lot quicker than ours. So if you get out, you can't hardly get back in. But it was a beautiful day. But you can see in that picture the difference where the haze has come in, and you can't see the distance, the mountains and stuff anymore. The top right and the bottom middle are Highlight Reservoir, which are man-made. Of course, that's Maggie paddleboarding, and Mason made me get in. It was freezing, but I got in to make my kid happy. But again, just beautiful. So this is Fairy Lake, probably one of the prettiest lakes I've ever seen. The color really is that green. The road to it is probably one of the scariest roads I've ever been on, especially in a rental car. I needed a Jeep. 4-wheel drive is required, but even 4-wheel drive is scary. Just breathtaking. It's in state park land, and the only thing that kept our trip here short is that we found a couple of leeches swimming around us, and that was good for some of us ladies. The bottom left, there are multiple hot springs, as many of you have known who have gone to the homestead. Hot springs are a big thing here. They're everywhere. This is one that they have put multiple pools and they adjust temperatures. So this one pool I think we were in was like 102 degrees. They do have cold temperatures. And then they also have 106 ones. And then they have like ice pools that you can jump into after. Cool experience. Top right is just one of the mini cliffs and gorgeous scenery. Museum of the Rockies. It is a division of Montana State University, and it's part of the Smithsonian. It has tons of T-Rex artifacts and is actually like world renowned for what they have. Very cool if your kids are into dinosaurs and fossils and such like that. One of the beautiful views, this is after we went looking for grizzly bears. And then in the bottom right is a distant picture of Bozeman during sunset. So coffee huts are huge here. And I had to take a picture because I really need to bring one to Linden or another location, but it is awesome and they're everywhere. Top middle is us after going to Ted Turner's, and on the right is Dad and Mason hanging by the creek at part of Ted's ranch. And the bottom is Addie, my niece, who wore her rotary pin on her jacket very proudly in Montana, which I thought was really cute. And this is all of us getting ready to get into the river the other day. Reminded me of a National Lampoon movie ad, so I thought it was pretty appropriate for me. But that's all I really have. And if you have any questions or anything, let me know. But this is a gorgeous piece of the world if you've never been. And I highly recommend it. Thank you, guys.
Back. Give her, she's not coming back.
Great.
I'm not. Now what do I do? How do I stop share? There you go. I do have 2 announcements.
Oh, she's doing announcements.
Sorry. Just a reminder that next year. No? Yes. Next year is the year in review. And again, July 30th is the Eastham Park cleanup. So make sure you guys come check those out. And I am still looking for a service project idea for September, for like September 11th, thinking fire department, police department. So if anybody has anything that we can do during our meeting, throw that out to me. Something that we can do for our guys, first responders and such. Thank you.
Thank you, that was fun. Nice to go on vacation with Katie.
Yeah.
Mark Jordan, I neglected to call Mark Jordan up. for a presentation. Kind of awkward anyway.
Seems to me that everybody's either farsighted or nearsighted. Nearsighted people see the world from their perspective right around them, whereas farsighted people see the world from a perspective that includes all people all around the world, which means that we're a part of each other and responsible to each other. And that's one of the reasons why I think most of us are Rotarians, is that we're farsighted people. And Kim has been a farsighted person for a long time. And so it's my pleasure to present to Kim. As you know, every $1,000 given to the Rotary Foundation is awarded a Paul Harris Fellow and plus today, my pleasure to present to Kim her Paul Harris Fellow +3. And so on behalf of the Rotary Foundation Board and the Front Royal Rotary Club, we congratulate you. So thank you.
Okay, going out of order again, is Mike Hirsch back? No, Mike had an emergency, so we will just suspend the attendance report. Thank you all for being here, and that's all I have to say about that. 50-50, I know there's some 50-50 back here. I know there's like one or two people that are very welcome. All right, and it's 631-8596. Alan, it has to be your line card.
Mine's 9-7, so it's got to be. 596?
596. Oh, it's right.
No, I'm 9-7.
Oh, I know,
This is hard.
okay.
This is hard.
I didn't make any money here.
No, you're not.
I'm the winner, but I lose.
Okay. Do you have an attendance? 35 people. She believes it was 35 people. Excellent. Thank you, Holly.
Good job.
All right, wait a minute. Where are we? Okay, guess what? Recite the four-way test.
Things we think, say, or do. First is the truth. Second is a fair to all concerned. Third, will build goodwill and better friendships. And fourth, be beneficial to all concerned.
Thank you all. Have a great weekend. Wow. Good job, Kim. That was a lot. I think it would have been easier. I would have had it in a little script. You have a check.
I need to do anything or can I just hit leave?